YouTube is like a drug. It drives you to do stupid things, makes you laugh to the point where you look possessed, and there's a lot of money involved. I noticed that the most successful YouTubers all had the biggest transformations. Today we'll dig deep into everyone's channel and recreate their first recipe to see what happened to those innocent smiles. First one being who I suspect to be my mother, Guga Food. So 10 years ago he was Guga Food. He started YouTube in the greatest year of all time. Apparently, what is up with his 2016 trend? What is so great about that year? Look at this beautiful smile. It's really heartwarming. The type of smile that tells you, I have never covered a steak with Nutella. He's teaching us how to clean a lobster. I guess he went fishing that day. I don't have access to a boat, but the closest thing I have is Weissman's. Oh man, I'm gonna start feeling really bad. While I was getting it, I realized Guga has like a Florida lobster. Ain't got no claws. This is like their butthole. And we're supposed to take a stick and like poke it all the way up there. But I don't know. Ooh. Alright, let's put Larry to sleep real quick. Once you rub it about 15 times, it's asleep. Time for you to go, buddy. Try to do it as humane as possible. This is the softest part. I feel like I just gained a newfound respect for life. Get all the guts out. I think our cleaning job is done. Guga didn't make any recipe with his, but I got a white boy on my roster, so.
He be feeding me pasta and lobster. He just hit me up on Tuesday like, what you doing, babe? Let me take you shop.
What the fuck? 2-pound lobster. Ended up with this. Is this edible? What I'm making right now is a lobster roll. This is not bad mayo. I emulsified light mayo with black garlic, apple cider vinegar, so I don't have lemon. All that work for this little bit of meat. It's ready to go into a toasted butter brioche bun. Still on that Gabip diet, no carbs. This is our lobster roll without the roll. Flashbacks of Larry struggling, flapping his tails, just keeps coming to my head. Makes me kind of want to spit it out. Taste-wise, I'll give it an 8. If we add in the sentimental burden, it's a 3 out of 10.
This is the point end of a Wagyu brisket, and we're gonna turn it into something special.
I love Max's intonation because it always goes up and then goes down. Him and Guga are probably the meatiest channels on the internet, but before experimenting with the craziest meat imaginable accompanied with AI thumbnail, which I'm about to start using soon, his channel in the beginning really reminds me of a solo epic mealtime. But the best part, which is the continuity of his essence, is that he's always smoking it over applewood, low and slow. His first recipe ever on YouTube is a Wagyu hot pocket. That's how creative he is. After salt peppering, we'll smoke it at 250 for 4 to 6 hours until a dark bark forms on the outside. Finish the braising process. I don't have beer, but I have cider. Looking a little red. Put this right back till it reaches 207. Top it off with barbecue sauce and bake until sticky. But barbecue sauce is already sticky, bro. Chopped up bacon, water. Bacon edges is getting a little crispy. We'll dump out most of the oil with a bunch of maple syrup. Cholesterol fuel. Homer Simpson's about to come through. It's ready to use. Time to start wrapping. Cut this into a square. Asiago. Oi. Is that too big? Alright, let's try. Egg wash all the sides. See if this operation is gonna work. Okay, it's a hot pocket, right? Wash it to give it a better crust. 400 for 12 minutes. All right. Middle schoolers, beef Wellington. The flavor of the beef is so intense, very well braised. Melt in your mouth, but still has a bit of chew to it. Completely balanced out with the bacon, maple syrup. I honestly prefer this over beef Wellington. I'm gonna give this a 9.5 out of 10. I didn't expect how much I'd like this. Max really knows what's up, and being his first video, good for him.
I don't play when it comes to chicken wings. Mango habanero, it's time to get spicy.
You know, I really dig this buzz cut. I think we should bring it back. I don't think he ever explained the name Golden Balance, but I looked into his story and apparently after high school he struggled with weight and health for a while. So he started this channel to help other people with that. That's beautiful. So I think the name is kind of like his mission statement to show a variety of indulgence and healthy recipes to achieve the golden balance. Mango habanero wings is definitely on the side of the balance that I'm on. Butter, those are mango, some salt to release the moisture, chili flakes, garlic powder, onion powder, generous amount of honey, apple cider vinegar, with soy sauce. Smells so good, very tropical. Just stew this for about 15 minutes to get all the flavors combined. After it's reduced a little more, smoked paprika, turn the syrup into a smooth consistency. 2 habanero peppers. One time, I touched ghost pepper with my bare hands, and then I went to the restroom without washing my hands before. I just remove all the seeds because, you know, I can't handle that. Counterbalance the heat, we'll do some ice cubes. The best starch to fry things with, do the same seasoning as before. I've also seasoned up our chicken wings, the same combo. Seems kind of redundant if you ask me. Coat it, and just let it sit in there, you know. Absorbs more of that moisture. Once it hits 325, we can start dropping in our wings. We're just letting the starch take shape, trying to cook it through on a lower temperature and crisp up later. Turn the heat back up to 350 and we'll do the second fry. You can see the color forming too with a higher oil temperature. Very quick, 30 seconds, ready. Very good color. To take it one step further, our sauce from earlier. Crazy how with the potato starch, even we put up this much sauce on there, it still feels so crispy. Glossy mango habanero sauce. Incredible. The sauce has sweetness, subtle acidity. The spiciness is just to the right amount. Thank God I removed those seeds. Any more than this, I'll be dying. Perfectly cooked as well. In the realm of crispy wings, these must be the best wing recipe we've ever done on this channel. 9.2 out of 10. These YouTubers cook at home because they're starting their channels, but you and I rarely have the motivation to do that. That's when Factor comes to assist. Factor delivers fresh, never frozen, chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals straight to your door. And they're ready to eat in about 2 to 4 minutes. So I skip the planning, cooking, cleanup, and just stay on track. You can pick from 100 plus rotating options each week, including meals and salads, and a lot of options are 30 grams of protein or more, which is clutch when you're trying to recover and keep momentum. Honestly, it's never too early or too late to tighten up your routine. If you're ready to improve your life at the dining table, head to factor75.com or click the link below. Use code CANOEFB50 to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast for a year. That's code CANOEFB50 at factor75.com and get 50% off plus free breakfast for a year. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Again, that's CANOEFB50, link below. Gordon is tough because there's just way too many clips of him cooking. I think this guy has cooked every single recipe in the world, and the earliest real footage I can find of him is from 1999 on BBC. Took place on the dining table of his restaurant, and he is like rizzing up these ladies.
As you walk through the door, the beep goes off and they get kicked out. They get taken down to the kitchen first, shown to the boys, and then out. Especially when Scary Spice came in. Go on.
The video was super fun to watch. I realized Gordon really didn't change that much ever since he became like a TV personality. Maybe the age plays a factor here. Most of the YouTubers we watch are teenage cooks figuring things out as they get more famous. Gordon has decades of real restaurant experience that solidified his personality more. But we're talking about YouTube today, so his most successful series on this platform is the Gordon Cooking at Home. On the very first episode, he cooked with his entire family, including this shepherd's pie with his mom, who is the only person that roasts him.
Yours looks nice, but doesn't blow me away. However...
Cooked in the middle? Yeah.
Is that cooked in the middle?
Yeah. No.
Oh, shit. No, it's not actually. All right, smart ass. 2 minutes, please. How did you know that wasn't cooked in the middle?
From my angle, you could see it sinking in the middle. Titanic.
For the shepherd's pie, I have the mise en place ready. Cutting wasn't that bad, but this is the most annoying part, like pulling back these thyme sprigs. Like it breaks towards the top. Like, you can't really hold on to it, and you don't want any stem to get in there. So these really short ones, is it even worth it to stroke it? Really got to do something about this time management. Rosemary, on the other hand, it's way easier. Just take 2 sprigs. Don't have to be a lot because rosemary is too strong. Just chop it up. Before we do anything, we're gonna start boiling our potatoes. Whoa. Much better. Potato all chopped up and peeled. Rolling boil salted water. So since it's a shepherd's pie, we're gonna keep it animalistic, starting with lard. There's that swine oil. Smells horrible. Drop in our brown lamb. We didn't touch it for a while to give it that deep color on the bottom. Gonna be the foundation of our flavor. Once you don't see any raw spots, drop in our vegetables. As a whole chopped onion, carrots, and rosemary, garlic. Looks very Irish. This pot is screaming for some flavor, so dunk a lot of that in there. Tomato paste. Starting to look like a ragu from Nonna's house. 3/4 of a cup of white wine. Let it reduce till it's all sec. Top it out with chicken stock till it reaches desired thickness. The thickness I desire is Jehovah's thickness. While the potato is still hot, rice the butter with the potatoes. On medium heat, I'm gonna start whipping our potatoes and cream. A lot of salt. Once the potato, butter, and cream are all heated through, we'll turn off the heat. A couple ounces of Parmesan cheese. And just because it's Gordon Ramsay and he's extra, 2 egg yolks. Looks like we're baking a pie. Oh, we are baking a pie. The chicken stock reduced. It got a lot thicker. That's where all the flavors are at. So it's like covering up my insecurities with designer clothes. They draw lines. Final top layer of flavor. Put this in the oven at 350 for 20 minutes. Oh, bubbling. Oh, this is looking pretty amazing, I have to say. A little bit of char on top. Beautiful looking shepherd's pie. The top almost smells like French fries. This is like 80% potatoes, especially the crust on top. Premiums from the potato acts so well with the acidity, like the red wine, tomato paste, all working together. I've only had shepherd's pie with beef before, but the unique flavor from the lamb I think worked better for this dish. So much wisdom in classic recipe. 9 out of 10. Our next chef needs no introduction because he is the chosen one by the algorithm. Nick started on TV, but he picked up this YouTube game better than everyone else and aiming straight out of the top. What I found the most insane is his thumbnail game. In an interview, Nick said he deleted most of his oldest videos because they didn't do well in numbers. So we're gonna have to do the oldest we could find, which is this MasterChef final dessert. I'll be guessing a ton because the video looks like this. So he's putting these like crumbs in a baking tray and layering it with chocolate and some type of caramel mixture. We'll call this element 1, the layered cake. He's topping that with some crystallized sugar, mysterious triangle, and finally the dyed whipped cream. Plating all up, making it look pretty and smash. Alright, let's start with the layered cake thing. So the first step, he kind of melts the butter and brown it just a little bit. The residual heat's gonna continue. And in goes the just straight up dry biscotti. This seems like it's gonna hurt. Buttery crumb. Might be a little too buttery, but whoever complained about that. Spread it out evenly. Nick kind of melted the chocolate over like a bain-marie in a pot. We're gonna use the all-powerful microwave to do that. Second layer, and to the remainder crumb, some sugar and egg. We'll add half a cup of caramel. Now with this, we'll put it in the oven at 350 for 15 minutes. Little triangle on top, I think is just the rest of the mixture baked. What the hell? Leaking sugar. A whole cup of sugar, half a cup of water. Mix that up. Once we see just a little bit of brown coming up from the side, just briefly mix it and pour it on top of a silicone mat. Spread as thin as possible. It's hardening immediately. It's a perfect tanghulu. Not gonna lie, I think this looks awesome. See, we have some pattern here with the caramel crumble cookie thing and this tortilla chip. And we get a little bit of everything. I think I'm ready to go on MasterChef, bro. This thing is just so buttery, soft. The chocolate and the caramel mixed up together gives that creaminess. Crunch from the sugar. This tastes like straight up like a custard leather. Yeah, great dessert overall. Now I'm pissed that Nick didn't win that season. If you ask who's the most OG food YouTuber, I don't know. But if you ask who's the most OG Korean food YouTuber, that's gotta be Maangchi. I never met a Korean person who doesn't approve of her cooking, which is why I'm sad that the first recipe is squid. Also, 18 years ago, I couldn't even talk back then. I'm not excited for squid. It just sounds like a game.
I was like, bitch, you think it's a game?
The first step is to saute these vegetables. I have carrots, scallion, chili pepper. I removed the seeds, can't handle spice. A lot of oil and goes. A little salt to extract moisture to help it break down faster. Garlic and ginger, just to get the aroma out. We'll make a little hole in the center. We'll drop in our cleaned squid. It smells kind of funny. Turn on maximum heat and just stir fry it. We don't have a wok, so just do the best we can. A tablespoon of gochugaru, a little bit of gochujang, and soy sauce. Squid cooks pretty fast, so we'll saute this for about 4 minutes or so. Alright, it actually looks like an authentic Korean restaurant. Sauce is a little watery because the recipe called for a cornstarch slurry to thicken it up. But I'm already taking a big step eating freaking squid. I don't want it to be slimy, man. The vegetables, I don't want it, but I guess I gotta put a ring on it. The sauce is super flavorful. The ginger, garlic really comes through. Gochujang is really carrying. That's what I say about the rest of Korean cuisine, pretty much. Give it an 8 out of 10. Maangchi is the GOAT. Jenna, aka Buttercup Bakery, is one of the most wholesome accounts on TikTok.
You can see just how fudgy this is. My nephew had 2 slices and he said it is the pie of a lifetime.
Damn, she out here feeding her nephew the pie of a lifetime. My aunt smokes cigarettes at gatherings and puts it on my forehead. I had petitioned before that she could change her name to Brown Buttercup Bakery because she's always doing that. Every time I see Jenna on the internet, she's browning butter.
We're gonna start by browning 1 cup of butter. Start by browning some butter. Brown butter makes everything. The brown butter maple cheesecake with a layer of brown butter graham crackers. I really need to work on fighting the urge to add brown butter to everything.
Her first recipe was a banana bread, and surprisingly, no brown butter. Half a cup of butter, half a cup granulated sugar, half a cup of brown. Mix it together, 2 eggs. Since we're out of vanilla extract, we're gonna replace it half a teaspoon of espresso powder. Now we're adding our mashed banana, about 3. Apparently this is the secret ingredient, about half a cup of yogurt or sour cream. 1 1/3 cup of flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of salt. Dump and mix into the wet batter. Once you don't see any dry spots, we don't have to have the 2 incorporated because it's gonna hydrate itself. Now 8 ounces of chocolate chip, fold it in there. A greased non-stick baking dish. into 325 for an hour. Looks very nice. Very coherent piece of banana bread. Ideally, we want to rest it overnight and then like heat it up with a microwave, but who waits for banana bread, you know? It's supposed to be a quick bread. So I love how crispy the top is. Alright, let's give it a taste and rate 1 to 10. So because of how easy it was, I had really low expectations for it. And you know, towards the end, I kind of gave up on measuring. But this tastes amazing. So moist, crispy up top. Chocolate is fully integrated. It almost has this like pancake fluffiness to it, probably from the baking soda. I'm gonna give this a 9.2. Jenna has never put out a recipe that doesn't taste good. Even the first one. Crazy.
I didn't want to feel bad. I didn't want to be upset or anything like that. And eventually I lost over 100 pounds.
I had no idea he used to look like that. Really proud of the glow up. Watching this really brings a lot of nostalgia, because I used to watch him a lot back in high school, especially the But Better series. I miss this early style of unfocused cameras and angles that don't make sense. This is so different from what he's doing now. A cup and a quarter of brown sugar. A knowing roommate doesn't know how to seal bags apparently. Half a cup of granulated melted butter over here. 2 eggs, 1 at a time. Butter, eggs, and sugar. This step is called creaming the sugar. Obviously, you can cream it on the couch if you want. To make the cookies thick, we'll add in an egg yolk. Vanilla extract, sea salt. Put in 2 1/4 cup of flour, gradually. That was 1 cup. I think this is a little less than a cup, but that's all the flour we have. Quick grocery stop run. Let's have that 1/4 cup in. A teaspoon of baking soda. No cookie scoop. 350 for 12 minutes. Okay, looking a little pale, somewhat crumbly. Instead of saying it's chewy, I say it's more spongy. Kind of like a cake. I like the height to it. Definitely doesn't taste as good as his more modern recipes. A great, easy, quick chocolate chip cookie. It's really inspiring to witness the transformation of content style and personal growth of these creators. Everyone found a path so uniquely successful. I look up to them and want to be exactly like them. But I want us to remember that you can't repeat success, not because we don't deserve it, but because everyone deserves their own. The path to achieving your goal is led by your passion and built through your personal choices. Whatever journey you're taking, I hope you trust the process because your transformation is taking place right now. Alright, thank you.